How's everybody doing? Okay. We're underway here, okay? How many years have we been doing this? Too many. We always got one in every crowd, right? Row two, right? Row two. I think this is believe it or not, I think this is the 7th year we've done this. Yeah. Smith kids were like really small, right, when we started this thing. So every year, I tell you, this is the most talented, the most diverse, the most fantastic group of performers that we've ever had at Community of Hope. So I'm happy to tell you that this year, I'm finally telling the truth, okay? This is really amazing. So it's so talented. So what does Celine Dion, you know Celine Dion, right? And the magician David Copperfield and the comedian Jerry Seinfeld have in common with the Community of Hope variety show? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. No. There's no relation between that group and this group at all. We're better, says Jim Kenny. Yeah. So this is really, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this group that we have because it's diverse. We've got for first ever, I guess maybe it's our second ever animal trick tonight. We have somebody doing animal tricks, a hamster trick. Okay? You're supposed to clap after that when I say okay. Gonna have to train you guys here. It's gonna take a while, but there's a lot at stake here tonight, and I haven't told Pastor Foss. Where's the pastor? Where's he at? You know, there's a $25,000 first prize here tonight, right? So we're upping. It's not in the budget yet. He's going to find there's like a slush fund somewhere, right? He's going to move it around. I saw the look on the Smith's face when I announced that because they're going to have like 3 kids in college at the same time, right? And they're like, yeah, doing the math on that. So no, there's no financial reward tonight. It's just great. It's going to be good fun, and I'm really excited. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time blabbering up here, but I do want to just talk to you a little bit about some of the acts tonight, and I've tried to put these in order and move things around, and so I'll try to give you a little advance notice about when you're coming up here. So I'm trying not to have all the piano players next to the piano players, but we've got singers, we've got storytellers, we've got piano players, we've got clarinet players, we have Ian Chapman. I don't know what that's all about. Robert Halverson is here tonight, and she's going to do some poetry and just a great lover of language, so I'm excited about her. We've got, where's JC and Tully? See, look at this group here. Compared to, you'll see my son, they're dressed a little bit better, more appropriately. So that's really exciting to see them. Jack Case is going to be on the ukulele a little later. And, of course, we got the quartet here tonight, right? That's another place that you clap, right? There we got the quartet. Yeah. Yeah, quartet's in the house. That's so special. We didn't think we were going to have them, but things worked out, so we're really excited. And, of course, Pastor Foss he's going to clean us up tonight at the end. So, yeah, better believe it. He's a little worried about, I've told him how edgy we've gotten. We got Vern over here raising his hand. So what... Vern has been a mainstay of this program for years and years and said tonight that he's just going to take it all in. So thank you for being here. You're always welcome. You can come at any time and participate. So, right? I reserve the right to rescind that invitation at any time, but no, Vern, feel free. So thank you for being here. This is a great crowd tonight. You know what? It's summer, so it's hard. Normally we have this in April or March even, and so it's tougher to get. So this is a great turnout. So I'm really excited about tonight. We got about 11 or 12 different acts, again, all over the place. So we're going to start it off because I can do this as your MC, your highly paid MC. I'm going to have my son come up here, and he's going to kick it off. Please give it up for Jack Case. So one of the things that I'm going to try to do with each performer, and not to embarrass them, but I want to talk to them a little bit about what their motivation is and what they're going to be sharing with us. Now, again, I want to point out that these, we make fun that this is a variety show, that there's no talent and all that stuff. But there is talent in this church, and this is talent that God has given us, right? This is not something, people work hard at this, but these are talents that by no luck of ours, right? It's just luck of what God has given us. And so I told Jack, I said, he's got a little bit of a talent playing string instruments, and I said, you got to share this. And so he's dressed up for it, and he's really, and everybody's favorite football team, the New England Patriots, right? There we go. Okay. So Jack Case, welcome to Community Hope. So talk about what you're going to be playing for us tonight.
I'm going to be playing ukulele.
Well, we can see that. So we want you to go a little deeper on that. What are you going to be playing? Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate it. If I ever get a stand-up routine going, which, of course, you know I'm not going to have that, Carrie's going to follow me across the country. I'm going to pay her. It's a very tough living. I'm going to pay her just to travel. Dave, you're going to have to go along with this, right? She's going to come with me because everywhere I go, she makes it feel I'm Jay Leno or something. Yeah. So anyway, talk more about what you're going to play.
I want to play songs that you might know.
We might know them. All right. And how many are you going to play?
7.
7 songs. So Jack's going to be performing for about the next 90 minutes or so. And so if you guys can just chill out. So okay. Well, that's enough. Let's talk about. All right. You're good. Okay. Jack Case. Oh, all right. So before you go, I think before he starts, I think you are going to know these songs. And at the end, I'm going to come back and say, if you can give me the names of any of these, right? Because I think you're going to, I don't know, there's a bunch in there. So let's just see what you got. Go ahead. The mic is falling. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There we go, perfect. Thank you, Mike. Are you singing too? Mike Haynes. Thank you, Mike. Well, I taught him that, so that was. I absolutely have no idea how to play any of that. All right, you recognize any of those songs? Yeah. Here Comes the Sun. What else is in there?
Dueling Banjos.
Dueling Banjos. Now, because I'm a decent parent, Jack knows the song, has not watched the movie Deliverance. Okay, just so you know, right? What else? What else we have in there?
Was there a Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, it seemed like you had that in there. Something.
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz after.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Summer Breeze. Yeah. All right.
There's Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack Case. Thank you. All right. All right. Jim Kenny, come on up here. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So are you going to use the...
Stand.
So Jim Kenny, of course. Jim Kenny's got the greatest voice. You should have been like in the Ten Commandments. It's the voice of God, right?
I don't know.
I mean-
I got the face for radio.
Face
though,
for
so.
radio. So Jim Kenny, take it away.
Okay, so I got two things about bears. The first is a joke, and the second one's a story. So the joke first. There's a pastor at a pastor's retreat, out up in the woods, and he had heard that there was bears out, and he ought to be careful. But he decided that he needed to go walk out in the woods a ways so he couldn't see the lodge and have a little bit of quiet time. Do some praying and thinking about his ministry and the like. So he's sitting there on this log, and down the trail comes this great, huge bear. Biggest bear he has ever seen. And they see each other about the same time. And so the pastor, being a city boy, didn't know what to do, so he took off running away from the bear. And of course, you know what the bear did? He ran right after him, because the bear said, "Ooh, that looks like lunch." So finally, they're galumping down the trail. The bear's gaining, the pastor's just getting so scared. And finally, the pastor trips, and the bear's just right on top of it. And so the bear's sitting on him, and the pastor's kind of going, "Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, no." And he sees the bear go like this, sitting on him, and sees the bear's lips start to move. And he listens real close, and he goes, Oh, I'm saved. This is a Christian bear. I'm a pastor. All I got to say is that I'm a Christian too, and everything will be fine." And then he hears what the bear is saying. "Oh, Lord, for what I'm about to receive, I truly thank you." So that's the bear joke. And now for the bear story. This is a Native American story. So it's not quite in our cultural set, but it's a fun story anyway. So how the bear lost his tail. How the bear lost his tail. Back in the old days, Bear had a tail which was his proudest possession. It was long and black and glossy, and Bear used to wave it around just so that people would look at it. Fox saw this. Fox, as everyone knows, is a trickster and likes nothing better than fooling others. So it was that he decided to play a trick on Bear. It was a time of year when the frost would come, and it swept across the land, covering the lakes with ice and pounding on the trees like a big hammer. So Fox made a hole in the ice right near the place where Bear liked to walk. By the time Bear came by, all around Fox in a big circle, there were big trout and fat perch. Just as Bear was about to ask Fox what he was doing, Fox twitched his tail, which he had stick down through a hole in the ice, and pulled out a very large trout. "Greetings, Brother Fox. How are you this fine day?" "Greetings," answered the bear, looking at the big circle of catfish. "I am well, brother. But what are you doing?" "I am fishing," answered Fox. "Would you like to try?" "Oh, yes," said the bear, as he started to lumber over to Fox's fishing hole. Oh, but Fox stopped him. "Oh, wait, brother," he said. "This place will not be good. As you can see, I have already caught all the fish. Let us make you a new fishing spot where you can catch many big fat trout." Bear agreed, so he followed Fox to the new place, a place where, as Fox knew very well, the lake was too shallow to catch the winter fish, which always stay in the deepest part of the water where the frost has covered their ponds. Bear watched as Fox made a hole in the ice, already tasting the fine fish that he would soon catch. "Now," Fox said, "you must do just as I tell you. Clear your mind of all thoughts of fish. Do not even think of a song, or the fish will hear you. Turn your back to the hole and place your tail inside it. Soon a fish will come and grab your tail, and you can pull him out." But how will I know if a fish has grabbed my tail if my back is turned?" asked the bear. "I will hide right over there where the fish cannot see me," said the fox. "When a fish grabs your tail, I will shout. Then you must pull as hard as you can to catch your fish, but you must be very patient. Do not move at all until I tell you." Bear nodded. "I will do exactly as you say." He sat down next to the hole, placed his long, beautiful tail in the icy water, and turned his back. Fox watched for a time to make sure that Bear was doing what he told him, and then, very quietly, Fox sneaked back to his own house and went to bed. The next morning, he woke up and thought of Bear. "I wonder if he's still there," Fox said to himself. "I'll just go and check." So, Fox went back to the ice-covered pond, and what do you think he saw? He saw what looked like a little white hill in the middle of the ice. It had snowed during the night and covered Bear, who had fallen asleep while waiting for Fox to tell him to pull his tail out and catch a fish. And Bear was snoring. His snores were so loud that the ice was shaking. It was so funny that Fox rolled with laughter, but when he was through laughing, he decided the time had come to wake up poor Bear. He crept very close to Bear's ear, took a deep breath, and then shouted, "Now, Bear!" Bear woke up with a start and pulled his long tail as hard as he could. But his tail had been caught in the ice which had frozen over during the night, and as he pulled, it broke off. Whack! Just like that. Bear turned around to look at the fish he had caught, and instead saw his long, lovely tail caught in the ice. "Oh," he moaned, "oh, Fox, I will get you for this." But Fox, even though he was laughing fit to kill, was still faster than Bear, and he leaped aside and was gone. Bear was so embarrassed, he went back to his cave and did not come out until spring. So it is that even to this day, bears have short tails, they hibernate all winter, and they have no love at all for Fox. If you ever hear a bear moaning, it is probably because he remembers the trick that Fox played on him so long ago and is mourning for his lost tail.
Thank you so much, Jim. All right, that's terrific. So, Eleanor? Is Eleanor ready? Eleanor was going to lead off the show, but we wanted to make sure that the grandparents were here. This is going to be, I got to tell you, future acts to follow. This is going to be a tough one to top right here. So look at this one.
So it's sort of a halfway a cappella. And what you guys did with Chapman is great. Yeah, I'm just going to let's put the stand right here. Yeah.
So, Eleanor, I asked her what she wanted to be called, to come up here, and she said just Eleanor. So she's kind of like Madonna, right? Charo, right? Right? It's the one-word singers, right? Cher, right?
Right.
Okay. Let's give it up for Eleanor.
My name is Eleanor. I'm going to be singing a song called I Have a Dream. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good and everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me across the stream. I have a dream. I have a dream, a song, a fantasy to help me through reality. And my destination makes it worth the while, pushing through the darkness, still another mile. I believe in angels, something good and everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me across the stream. I have a dream. Across the stream, I have a dream.
Well, why don't we just give her that $25,000? So, Eleanor, can I ask you a question? How old are you?
6 years old.
Are you going to someday sing, like, professionally, like in Las Vegas or something?
I don't know.
Well, you should. Give it up for Eleanor. Oh, my God. That is amazing. You know, what a talented young lady that is. Okay, so now a little more music, and I've got one of the Smith kids. Yeah. Now, they could send up any one of these kids, and I wouldn't know the difference, right? But this is Derrick. So, Derrick, you're going to be playing the piano, right? So once you go over there. Well, come over here for a second. We gotta talk. So tell us about what you're playing.
So I'm just playing like some improv song that I've been learning, and yeah.
Are you singing at all?
No, okay, no singing. So are you classically trained?
I guess, yeah.
So how often do you practice the piano?
Well, like try to every day, but yeah.
Try to every day. So okay. All right. Well, Derrick Smith. All right. Let's hear it. Fantastic. To what Dad has been saying, I think you've been practicing. All right. So, all right, you said this is improv. So, is this something that you came up with on your own? Okay. So talk about what's the name of it?
Well, I don't really have a name. It's kind of new. Yeah, I just kind of picked a key and went off some chords and just made it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really catchy, and I love the way you end it there. That's terrific. Oh, it's Jono. Yeah, well, that makes sense. All right. So is Jono going to get some proceeds from that when that hits big? I mean, you're going to cut him out of that completely? Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes, right? Yeah. Derrick Smith, that's terrific. What a great song. Love it. Yeah, Jono's so talented. Jono was going to be here tonight, then had something come up, but so talented, and he's got some proteges. So how's our clarinet players coming? Our clarinet players, you guys, you good?
Oh, yeah.
All right, come on up. We got, who do we got here? Louis and Leon and Anthony on the clarinet. Man, what a beautiful instrument that is, clarinet. This is going to be This is going to be crazy. Wild, right? It's a clarinet. Or what do you guys need as far... What else do you need to know? What do you guys need for mics or whatever? You got going with mics, just... Yeah. So do you guys want to talk a little bit about what you're going to be sharing with us, or you just want to blow us away, or whatever, man? Remember, $25,000 on the line, right? So let's, pressure's on, yeah. Actually, looking what that is, I think you just go. Let's just do it. Yeah, I can't wait for this. All right, boys, come on over here. We gotta tell us about how that came about. So do they take lessons? How does this? Come in here. Yeah, come on over here. Come on over.
So this was a Blumberg initiated thing. And you guys, how'd you find the music? I don't know.
They love the movie The Sting. There you go.
It's a it's a well-known song on the piano. And I was playing actually another song by the same composer, same style, and then I just kind of got into the style. We found it, and I'm like, at first I'm like, it's written for the piano. I don't think it's supposed to be on the clarinet, but I mean, it was a really good, cool song, cool arrangement. So I'm like, why not? So,
Yeah, and we need to make sure we realize this was him on the high notes, which are very tricky because it's right over the break up there and stuff. So I couldn't cut it, so he had to take the lead. It was well done. So
Thank you, guys. That's wonderful. I mean, isn't this a talented crowd? This is amazing. Yeah. All right, so I've got Ian Chapman. Where's Ian? Is Ian still here? All right. Now, I don't know. He's a late entrant into this thing. You know, he had to kind of talk his way into this because, you know, not everybody's allowed up on this stage, but... So what do you need?
Same setup.
Same setup. You need a stool here?
Yes, see, that would be great. And this is awesome. And like he said, it's been 6 years, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Last year we had it. I played a couple songs, but as most of you know, I go over to Jono playing the bass, and during the Eleanor song, my hands starting. Because when you play guitar, oftentimes you grab the key. It's by the couch. You play a little riff, and then you'll set it down. But to continue to play those chords, I thought, ow, ow, ow. So it made me kind of remember, yeah. So what I'm getting at is this is a song that it's when I was I'm going to be 40 next year. Wow, I just love saying that. So that's like my new thing. I'm almost 40. And I wrote this song. I was about 22, and in the process of trying to be in a band with some friends, and I was living with my parents, and my dad and I would write lyrics together. So this is a song, and I always liked it, and it's a beautiful song, and I presented it to the guys we were playing with, and they were like, yeah, it's really good, but I could tell they didn't want to say, well, it just doesn't really flow with what we're trying to do, and they didn't know none of us knew what we were doing. So it kind of, I just feel like it didn't get properly recognized, if that makes sense. And it should have, and I wish it had been. Okay, so I like I said, I haven't played it in about, 15 years? It's hard to believe how fast. So there could be errors, but I have notes, okay? Okay, here we go. You can light the darkest night. You are everything that's right. When I'm stressed beyond my strength, I can count on you to save me. It's not always fun and games. Life can sometimes bring us pain. When I'm trying to survive, I can count on you to save me. No one else can be the one to guide me through the maze. No one else can give me hope to find my peaceful days. I can count on you. I can count on you. All it takes is just a touch. You bring to me so much. In my times of ups and downs, I can count on you to save me. I may wander way too far. Pull me back to where you are. Searching for the place to land. I can count on you to save me. No one else can be the one to guide me through the maze. No one else can been a long time bringing back a lot of stuff from, I can count on you. I can count on you. You bring to me safety. You shelter my heart. You give me your loving. Each day's a new start. Whoops. Hold on. Each day's a new start. No one else can be the one to guide me through the maze. No one else can give me hope to find my peaceful days. I can count on you. I can count on you. And let that be for whoever and, whatever that means to you. So there you go. Amen.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. That is an amazing song. That's a powerful song. That's great. Ian, thank you. Wow. All right, we're going to switch it up a little bit, away from music, and I'm going to call Robin up forward. Robin Halverson, come on up. Robin is such an amazing part of our church. She is such a lover of language, and you really see Robin at the end of the year around our Christmas services when she'll do some sort of dramatic readings and poetry, and she should have been on Broadway, right? But she's going to share some stories and poetry, whatever it is. It's going to be fantastic. Right?
No pressure, right?
Robin Halverson.
Well, it's kind of a unique spiritual gift, and I know this is a variety show, not a talent show, and that's perfect because I'm convinced that what I want to share is a spiritual gift. It's not my talent or ability, and it's kind of unique. And as Ted said, many of you have heard me share poems during our Christmas programs, but the Spirit has given me many more poems that are not specific to a holiday, but rather illustrate a Christian principle or truth from the Bible. Recently, I read in one of my morning devotions, "How we feel is often expressed better in song or poetry than anything else. Literary criticism tells us that poets write verse because prose simply can't capture the emotions they're feeling. Much of the Bible is poetry, suggesting that maybe, in a way, poems and songs are the language of God." So that kind of inspired me to share some poems this evening. That and Ted just suddenly standing in front of me with his clipboard and his pen after one of our services a couple of weeks ago. Really, Ted, we're good. I had been thinking about it, and I think that was the Spirit calling. I am convinced that this is a spiritual gift because although I usually start off with a general idea of something I'd like to write about, the resulting poem often reveals something more. I just follow the muse, the words that rhyme, and it kind of takes on a life of its own. And in fact, I'm often surprised by the ending, which is why I know it's something more than me. It's a spiritual gift. And the Bible teaches us that spiritual gifts are for the purpose of encouraging, building up, and comforting the church. So that's my hope, is that these will encourage, build up, or comfort you in some way. So I'm going to share 3 story-type poems. The first one was, it's because they kind of have a little more entertainment value than some, I hope. The first one was written to encourage someone that I knew that was trying to turn his life around after some difficult times and some bad choices. And I wanted to encourage him and convey simply that God forgives us completely. And we can move on to something more. And in fact, we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, so we're all in the same boat. And this is what resulted. "Come," said the angel, kindly. "It's time to meet him now." I followed with excitement. I was calm, yet nervous somehow. Though I tried, I hadn't led a life completely void of sin. What would he say? What would he do? Would he let me in? The skies were bright, the voices sweet, though not what I saw, but what I felt made me know that he was there. I bowed my head and knelt. "Father," I said. He said, "I know," said I. "I knew you'd know. But I'm sorry, Lord," my heart confessed. And I felt my sorrow go. He said, "You didn't know me then. You did the best you could. What's important is you came to me as I had hoped you would." He lifted me into his heart, and I felt the reality of grace. Though still I was unworthy, I could look upon his face. "Come," he said, "let's celebrate your life with love and song, for I'm so glad that you are here with me where you belong." Filled with love, I followed. With tears of joy, I wept. Somehow, this place was familiar, as if I had never left. "Father," I just had to ask, "why did you let me roam?" "My child," he said, "I let you go so you would choose the way home." I think it's interesting that home is defined both as a place of origin and as a destination. And as citizens of heaven, and knowing that Jesus has gone ahead of us to prepare a place just for us, I think that we're going to feel more at home in heaven than we ever have anywhere. I'm sure you're familiar with this next story. It's featured in all 4 Gospels, and I bet you know the story of the feeding of the 5,000. So did I. But as I was processing the lessons from this miracle, the Holy Spirit really made the characters come alive and drew me right into the story, and I hope it will do the same for you. And I don't have time to change costumes between the different voices in this poem, so let me just give you a little, try to make it a little clearer. Disciples, narrator, Jesus. And this is where I wish I had Jim Kenny's voice when I do the Jesus part, but I don't. 5 loaves would never feed the mass. 5,000 men at least. 5 loaves and just 2 fish would hardly make a feast. "Send them off," said his men, for things seemed out of hand. "Let them find some food to eat." "You feed them," was his command. "With what?" they asked. "To buy enough would take a man 8 months to earn. Shall we spend this much?" How much they had to learn. "How many loaves do you have?" Jesus calmly asked. To use the loaves and fish they had, then trust him was their task. And so they did. And so it was. They all ate and were satisfied. The disciples did their part, and then let Jesus' power provide. So it was, so it is, and so it ever shall be. The same is true in the lives of those like you and me. When things seem out of hand is when our faith is put to the test. We must use the tools we have and then trust God to do the rest. 5 loaves would never feed the mass, and though indeed that's true, the truth is God's power begins by faith from you. And it's true, miracles of faith begin with us. God calls us as his disciples to step out in faith with action, to do what often seem like, and actually often are, impossible tasks. But when we do, he will step out and work with us, although only after we've stepped first. That's how it is kind of to walk with God. You know, he calls, we take a step, he takes a step. Then he calls again, we take a step, and he takes a step. Have you ever wondered what it would have been like to walk with Jesus literally? Anybody? Yes, I have too. I wonder what it would have been like to hear him speak. I'd like to think I would have been one of the first believers and helped spread the good news. I'd like to think when he was arrested that I wouldn't have scattered like the rest of the disciples. But of course, I don't know. But I was thinking about that, and these are the words that the Spirit gave me. I wish I knew him when I walked the earth. I'm sorry. Cut. Take 2. I wish I knew him when he walked the earth. I wish I could have heard him speak. I wish that I'd heard his stories firsthand, his healing touch I would seek. I wish I could have spread the good news like his 12 apostles did. I'm sure if asked if I knew him, that I would not have hid. But I find, as I come to know him in my own individual way, that I too can experience him just as real and as personally today. When I feel the Holy Spirit fill my heart, it's perfectly clear that I can absorb his word as if I were there firsthand to hear. I have felt his healing touch in many aspects of my life. It remains my privilege to say I know him, to spread the good news and share his light. I do know Christ. As I walk the earth, his truth remains constant through history, and he's as much my Savior today as if I had known him in 30 AD. Truly, it's the work of the Spirit. I feel the Holy Spirit is the author, and I am the instrument he chooses to use. So I hope this gift has encouraged, built up, or inspired you in some way.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Robin, thank you. I know I had to coerce you a little bit, but that is such a special gift, and it's just almost a one-of-a-kind gift, and so we're so glad that you could share that with us. So give it up again for Robin Halverson. Really amazing stuff. Okay. So we've got JC and Tully. Where are you guys? This is the best dressed group we got here, for sure. So what do we need for you guys as far as, you need my you're looking for the microphone. Now I'm not sure I want to give this thing up, right? Okay. You want to talk about what you guys are going to do?
Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So me and my sister over here, I'm going to be doing a piano song on the piano, of course, and my sister's going to be dancing to it. And we're doing it to a song called Enchanted Forest. So, do I start now?
Okay. Tully and JC. So, JC, you've got enough space here. You're good. Am I in danger of getting a kick to the face or anything? Okay. That is amazing. So how long you guys been working on that?
I was practicing for 3 days. I actually just learned that song. My teacher, Miss Michelle, taught me it last Wednesday, so I've been practicing since then.
Like nonstop since like last Wednesday?
Yeah, I've been practicing it a lot.
Wow, I mean, that is really incredible. Now, you guys performed last year, right? So you're sort of, so will you guys continue to come back and share these gifts with us? I mean, this is so special for us.
Yeah, we probably will. I'll think of something new.
So are you holding out for like money or something, or what's going on? Yeah.
I want that 20K.
Where's Josh? You're teaching these kids well, right? There you go. Josh is in the financial business, so he's like, yeah. So, hey, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful. JC and Tully. Wow. Wants the 20K, he says. Okay. All right. So, this is going to be a first here. Where's Angel? Where's Angel? There's Angel in the front row. Now, we've been doing this for a while, as we have said, but I'm not sure that we've ever had an act involving a hamster, okay? So come on up. Don't be shy, you and your hamster. Don't be shy. Yeah. Does this hamster have a name? Okay, you want to talk? Ooh, that is a hamster. Yeah. Can you guys see? Once you come up front here, because I want everybody to see, that is so cute. So you want to talk about what you're going to do here, Angel?
We've been practicing. He hangs from my finger, and he keeps on going down.
Okay. So do you need anything other than your hamster? Okay. All right. You keep a handle on that thing, right? Okay. Okay, let's give it up for Angel, right? Okay. Well, so how did this little act get going? What was the thinking here?
So I was playing and he came down and fell on my finger and kept on hanging.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like that. Thank you very much. Angel Strickland. Wow. All right, that's we got animal tricks going on here. Okay. All right, so we're getting down there. We just got a few more. And Lauren, how you doing? We'll find out. Yeah. So come on up here. We had a little clarinet action earlier. Now we got some flute. So what do you need here? What do you need? You need you just need the flute. Okay. Yeah. You want to talk about what you're doing here?
Well, you know, I was thinking over there, it's a song that I've liked, and I just kind of warm up with it. So I don't play it very often, and I didn't practice today. So we'll see. You know? As I say, I play to the best of my disabilities. So.
Yeah. All right. Lauren Schrock. All right, let's hear it. All right.
Anyway, I thought, wow, what is the name of this? It's very familiar. I'm sure most of you have heard it before, but it popped in my head. It's "Oh Danny Boy." We'll see what happens. Fairly short.
Great song. Thank you, Lauren. That's great. That's great. Okay, we're getting down to it. Before one of our featured acts, which of course is the quartet. Have I missed anybody that wants to perform that hasn't? Vern, last chance. We've got Emma back there. Raised your hand. No. Okay. All right. Well, if not, I'd like to call up the quartet. Yeah, the quartet, which is group of four singers, and so Mike's coming. I know you guys have prepared a lot for this deal tonight, right? Hours and days. Nathan, right? You've been grinding away for. Yeah. Right. Okay. Very good. Yeah. That's. Yeah. All right. Well, as Mike walks up, you guys want to talk about what you're going to be singing, or? Okay, this is a problem. All right, because I've kind of built this quartet up to be, something big, and yeah. Oh. Got Nathan? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Test.
All right, let's welcome the quartet.
Are we ready?
I think so.
Let's break it down. I'm gonna tell you about the coming of the judgment. Fare thee well, fare thee well. I'm gonna tell you about the coming of the judgment. Fare thee well, fare thee well. There's a better day a coming. Fare thee well, fare thee well. There's a better day a-coming, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. When you see the lightning flashing, fare thee well, fare thee well. When you hear the thunder crashing, fare thee well, fare thee well. When you see the stars a-falling, fare thee well, fare thee well. When you hear the chariots calling, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. When you see the lightning flashing, when you hear the thunder crashing, when you see the stars a-falling, when you hear the chariots calling, good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, so glad, chariots coming, and I don't want to be left out.
There's a long white robe in the heavens, I know.
Long white robe in the heavens, I know. Long white robe in the heavens, I know. I said good news, chariots coming, good news, chariots coming, so glad, chariots coming, and I don't want to be left out. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well. In that great getting up morning, fare thee well, fare thee well.
Well, I got a call from Mike Haynes today, and originally they weren't going to be able to be here, but something came up and they were able to come. So thank you to Nathan for joining that group. And again, that's the thing about the quartet, you know. We may lose a member, which we did, an amazing man, but it's filled in, and it's such a great group, and so we would not have a variety show without the quartet. So thanks, you guys. All right, yeah, one more time to the quartet. All right, last chance before I bring up our leader, Pastor Foss, who's not only our spiritual leader and our pastor, but he is a musician in his own right, talented guy. And you want to come up and take this home, Pastor Foss? He's got his family here tonight. Sarah's here, so we're so excited. This is his first experience with this variety show, and we're so glad that he is diving right in. So what do you need here? Okay. So before we go, I want to thank Tim back there on sound, right? Thank you, Tim. Dana does a great job. I know Hillary was here earlier. I mean, so this thing is not just me, and right? It's a lot about me, really, but no, it's not. Great staff here. Really appreciate it. And all the food. That's a great spread out there, man. That's a lot of food out there tonight. So make sure you go through there. Take another run at that, all those carbohydrates. All right, so Pastor, what do we got going here?
Okay. First of all, this has been pretty incredible night, wouldn't you say? And I got to say, the variety show hits. The variety is the word for the show. But, I mean, talent is absolutely there in everyone. So give yourselves a big hand for all you talented people out there, and thank you guys for supporting us. I'm amazed from the youngest to the oldest, and it's a pretty amazing bunch. So, and I got to admit, when I heard Ted was doing this, I go, Ted, okay. And then I heard Ted's like a stand-up comedian, and I go, okay, let's see what... So you make it fun. Thank you, Ted. And I don't know if you guys all know, I think I've shared this at time, but Ted and I were actually at Pacific Lutheran University right in the same era. I mean, we kind of like sort of crossed paths, might have had a class, I'm not really sure, but Anyway, and then I got to know his brother-in-law through PLU. And anyway, it's the old small world kind of story. And here we are.
All the cool kids, he didn't really have much to do with guys like me.
I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah,
but yeah, whatever. So usually when I close events that could go lots of different directions at church, I say, okay, somebody's got to bring this home and baptize it because it's gone a little too sideways. But no, I mean, think of the variety here again, and from the fun and silly and neat stuff to all the kids acts that have been awesome to just talking about Jesus and sharing the message of Jesus in a variety of ways, whether songs or words. This has been a great night. So it's been baptized, but I'm going to talk about baptism for a minute for a couple reasons. First of all, it's not all in stone yet, but I'm going to try to get a pattern of having a once a year outdoor, like beach, lake, river type baptism. Okay, so it's coming up possibly in July for anyone that's obviously never been baptized, if they like that opportunity to be baptized outside and in a river or lake or whatever we can find, and possibly even for people like when people go to the Jordan River, like on an Israel trip, and they've been baptized, they're Christians, but they want to, make a renewed commitment, let's just say, to Christ, or something maybe has gone on dramatically in their life that's brought them back to the Lord. So maybe that kind of opportunity as well, just for that renewal and that statement of, maybe a renewed commitment to follow Christ. So think about that, and I'll be firming up those dates as we look at our calendars in the end of summer, and we'll get that out there real soon. And then I was thinking about a couple of good old songs. We had a staff meeting last week, and they're going, hey, Pastor John, what are you going to do in the talent show? And I go, I don't know. I haven't got any talents. I can do some variety, I guess, so I can make that. But I thought about these old school songs, like one that I want you to sing with me, so this isn't a performance, because I'd rather lead and we can sing together. So we're going to sing together some old-time spirituals, like Down to the River to Pray, kind of like a baptism theme song. So I want you to back me up with that, okay? Because I want to hear the church. I want to hear the church sing. And then finally, I'll Fly Away. I'll Fly Away. So before I get into that, it won't take me more than about a half an hour to wrap this up. So you guys all good with that? I found this story, okay? And it's called Have You Found Jesus? Serious stuff. Big question, isn't it? So listen to this. There was a man, he was stumbling through the woods. He was just drunk and wasted and obviously doing bad things. And he was walking through the woods, and he came upon this preacher. And the preacher was baptizing people in the river. And the old man stumbled into the water, and he bumped into the preacher, and the preacher's kind of getting like, man, we got to do something here. The preacher turns around, and he's almost like blown away by the smell of alcohol on the man, just totally wasted. And he asked the man, son, are you ready to find Jesus? And the man says, yes, I am. Barely able to stand up. So the preacher grabs him and dunks him in the river. And he pulls him up and he asks, brother, have you found Jesus? And he replies, no, I haven't. So the preacher's just shocked, at this answer. And he dunks him into the water again, and a little bit longer this time. This is serious. He pulls him up out of the water and asks him again, have you found Jesus, my brother? And he answers, no, I haven't found Jesus. Okay, the preacher's like kind of upset, a little bit frustrated, but okay. He dunks the man in the water again, but this time he holds him down for 30 seconds. And the man sort of starts kicking and arms and legs, barely able to stay conscious because he's almost unconscious anyway. The preacher pulls him up once again and he says, for the love of God, have you found Jesus? And the man, he gets up, wipes his eyes and catches his breath, and he says to the preacher, are you sure this is where he fell in? So he didn't quite get it, did he? And he didn't get Jesus, but... So if you've ever seen that movie, I think both these songs we're going to sing are in that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Am I right on that? Okay. And so we were talking about it, and I actually played these at our early morning. There's a few of you at the early morning church service because I had to get a little practice. I'm not the guitarist like you've seen here with Ian and Mike and all that, but I like to play, I like to sing, and I like to see God's people joining in and praising the Lord. So how about this? Let's stand. Would you stand with me as we sing? And you can sing over my guitar. So we want to hear you nice and loud. Oh my goodness. I'm not usually that plugged in. I don't sound that good, guys. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. Okay, you're getting it? Kind of play along with me. Here we go. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, here we go. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down to the river to pray. One more verse, here we go. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. And here we go, sinners, here we go. Oh, sinners, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down to the river to pray. Let's do it again. Oh, brothers, you know this. Here we go. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. Okay, so kind of getting that old school kind of feel there, right? And then this last song, I'll Fly Away, I was thinking about this just because it's kind of fun to play and sing, and it's got that promise of heaven in it. And I guess one reason I was thinking about this too is that we have experienced some homecomings lately, haven't we? I don't know how many of you know Dean Habensiefken that passed away recently. And it was sad, but it's good because they're going home. They're going to be with Jesus, and we celebrated the promises of God at that memorial. And also with Marie Buck, Debbie Carpenter's mom, Dale's wife, as she just passed away a couple days ago. And so, you know, these times are not just for grieving and sorrow, as part of that definitely is a part of our life as we grieve, but it is at the same time rejoicing in heaven for another person called home to be with Jesus. And we've heard that in different ways already tonight, haven't we? With some songs and with the what we've heard already. So let's keep that hope of heaven as we sing together. I'll Fly Away. So again, sing over my guitar. You guys got me way too loud now. I'm just kidding, but thank you. Okay. Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away, I'll fly away, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, verse 2. When the shadows of this life have gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars have flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys will never end. I'll fly away one more time. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. And God, it's with that hope of heaven that we have entered this place this morning and that we leave it tonight, knowing that our future is secure in you no matter what may come. So thank you, God, for this family of faith that we can encourage each other while we're here with laughter, with fun, with food, and with the hope of heaven deep within our hearts. So bless us, God, as we go on into this night, into this week ahead, as our students here finish up school and all the things of life that are coming up this summer. We just give you praise and thanks, and thank you for a moment just to enjoy being a family here together at home. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's give it up for all these awesome acts and people and gifts. And Ted, you gotta have something more in the tank. What are you gonna send us out of here with?
Well, I tell you, if we could just have all the performers just come on up here, all right? Let's thank them for all they did. Come on up, Angel, Derrick, come on up. Thank you. This is an amazing group, so diverse, so eclectic, all over the place. Oh, yeah, look at this one come up here now, like the last one, just like Cher would be, like, right? Yeah. So let's thank this group again for sharing God's gifts with us, all that they did. So, thank you guys. Take a bow. There you go. All right. Okay. All right, folks, it's a wrap. Have a great week. Thank you for coming. Great turnout. Let's have a great summer. All right. Bye-bye.